Hi, this is Lady Chambers. Let's make a meal. I am doing a progressive meal collaboration with some friends of mine. Diz Dream, Kenzie Days, Stevie Lee, and Paper, Scissors, and Vacations. Oh my. And basically, each one of us is doing one part of the meal. You should have just seen Stevie Lee make her fruit salad. I am doing dessert and making little mini cupcakes. And we're going to have everybody's information below in the description, and we hope you see all of them. And after me is Kenzie Days, so don't forget to watch. In 1 second, you will see how I made those cupcakes. Hope you enjoy. Now, for these cupcakes, you need some cake mix, oil, 3 eggs, water, and any add-ins you want. I am putting in M&Ms. And since I'm making cupcakes, I got little cupcake coaters. And over here, I have the cupcake tin. Now, I have to make my own frosting since we didn't have any in the pantry. To do that, you need some sugar. Powdered sugar is best. Salt. Vanilla, because we're making a white icing. Now, I'm getting this from Crisco's recipe, so this is Crisco. And milk. And I'll show you how to put everything together in just a moment. Now, I've put the cake mix in the bowl, and then it says mix the 3 eggs, cup of water, and a half cup of vegetable oil. And you stir it together. Now, you can do this in the electric mixers. My mother likes to do things in the electric mixer, and I basically like to store them. Now, in this spot, you can put in the M&Ms if you want them to bake in your cake, or you can put any add-ins like nuts or fruit or whatever. And there's also variations you can do with this. Is you can make a poke cake with some Jell-O, and what you do is you bake the cake or the cupcakes, and then once it's done baking, you can poke little holes and then put the gelatin over it, and then it looks all spring-like if you use spring colors. And there is what I was going to do if I was going to do baked cupcakes was you bake the cupcakes, then you make a little hole, put in the M&Ms, and then you put the little thing on top, and then you ice it, and then you have a surprise in there. Now, since I'm doing mini cupcakes, that might be more trouble than it's worth. So I'm going to just put in the M&Ms in here. And if you want a lot, put in, say, half the bag. If you don't want that much, put in, I'd say, eyeball it. So you have enough M&Ms to decorate the top. And then you just stir all that in. And you can also eyeball this also by looking down. And you can also put a little bit of chocolate syrup and spray that in, or food dye, and put that in. And that would be another interesting effect you can have. And be right back. Okay, now this is something I haven't done, but I thought, why not? It might be fun. You can sprinkle some candy sprinkles, and it will also give it a different kind of effect. And my stuff is ready. So, hold on. Sorry about the hand. One moment. Now the next thing you do is put in the little holders. When you put the little holders, you don't have to worry about greasing the pan. You don't have to worry about them sticking. And I put most of them in here. I didn't think you wanted to watch me put a whole bunch of wrappers in a container. So I thought I'd just do it for the last row to show you. Now everything is stirred up, and you just fill in. Now you can get really fancy and use a little melon baller. And what you want to do is you want to fill these about 3/4 the way up. And I'll just show you a few of these, and fill most of them up off camera, because you don't want to spend the whole time watching someone fill up a cupcake. And right here is how they look. Now, at this point, if you want to put in another little chocolate or so, you would put it in the middle. Like if you want to put a little Reese's peanut butter cup, you can put it right smack in the middle, and then it will bake up around it and be ooey gooey. And be right back. Okay, so here are the cupcakes ready to be put in the oven. One thing I will say about doing it yourself is that you don't have to worry about it being absolutely perfect. As you see, they're not really 3/4, they're a little bit more. It'll give them that muffin top look. Okay, and next up is the icing. Okay. I'm having my helper do the icing. She wants to have butter instead of the Crisco, because she said it tastes better. And so put it in the microwave to make sure that it gets softened. And how much butter was that?
A quarter of a stick.
Okay.
Because we don't have much sugar.
Mm-hmm. Then, when your butter is softened, you put in the confectioner's sugar. Since we're doing cupcakes, we're splitting the recipe in half. So, basically, would you say that's a half a box?
No, because it was like 3/4 of a box to begin, and it's half of that.
Okay, so a quarter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there is 1 pound in this. Now comes the vanilla. As Ina Garden says, only get the best vanilla. You can use any vanilla, trust me. Mm. Now, that's like a tablespoon, right?
Mm-hmm. And I'm using the salt shaker because it won't be that much.
Okay, now just a dash or two of salt. And then you mix it together with some milk. And the milk, basically about 2 teaspoons.
Tablespoons. And I just judge it because I've done it so often.
Mm-hmm. And that is why she's doing the icing.
Just a little drop more, it's a little stiff.
Mm-hmm. Go by texture. If it's stiff, put in more water. And if it's loose, do you put in more sugar?
Well, you try not to ever have it loose. Okay?
Mm-hmm. And when that is done, you can decorate the tops of your cupcakes. And we'll be back for the next step. Now, here is the finished product, and I have to turn off the stove. And here is the icing. And basically, you have to wait till they cool a little bit to put on the icing. Otherwise, the icing will kind of just melt on it. But if you do want to have kind of a glazed effect, put on the icing right now. But we're not going to do that for this one. And be right back. Now, they've been rested, and you store your icing again to make sure it's smooth, and just ice. And I like to go in like a circle motion, and that way you can use a regular like butter knife or one of those flat spatulas. Now, the next part is if you're cooking for other people than your friends, you may want to put a spoon to put these and sprinkle them on. And like so. And you can also put a pinch or so of sprinkles. Now, the one thing I will tell you is that when you're putting the little M&Ms in the mix, for the most part, they fall to the bottom. And when you're doing little cupcakes like this, some of them won't have any M&Ms at all. And so putting the M&Ms on the top not only makes it look festive, it also makes it so that everybody gets a little M&Ms. So, sprinkle, and there you go. I'll show you the ending picture when we're all set. So, here is the finished product. Little mini cupcakes with M&Ms. Very nice for springtime or any time. And now it's time to go to Kenzie for what to drink on that springtime day. Have a nice day, guys.